Hello, my name is Charles Ihembe for the unit AFNR5904 research project proposal. I will be presenting about a case study proposal titled Mobile Phone Applications for Agricultural Extension to Cocoa Smallholders in Papua New Guinea. Perspectives of farmers and youths in Madang province. My primary project supervisor is Professor Damien Phil, and co-supervisor is Dr. Tom Swan. Here is the outline of my presentation. First, we start with an introduction, capturing some background information. After that, I'll present the hypothesis and the research question. Next, I will talk about the research aims, followed by the research plan and the expected outcomes, and finally the time frame for the research. So for background, cocoa is a tropical cash crop from which chocolate products like ice cream, milkshake and beverages are manufactured from. It is a global industry, however, price is highly volatile due to fluctuations in global supply from the main producing region of Africa, mainly due to impacts of pests and diseases, climate change and external market factors. Global production is driven by smallholders, accounting up to 95% of the total global production. And the major production regions are Africa at 73.6%, Americas at the 21.3%, and Asia and Oceania region at 5%. PNG contributes less than 1% of the total production. However, cocoa supports up to 2 million people and contributes 14% of the agricultural export earnings, in which in 2019 it was valued at 239 million kina. Global evidence suggests a problem, and that is aging of farmers and lack of interest from young people to engage in cocoa farming. However, it was also reported that mobile phone and ICT technologies have encouraged youths in farming systems in Africa and elsewhere. And so in recognizing this opportunity, the PNG Cocoa mobile app was developed as part of the Soil for Cocoa in PNG project through a research grant from the Australia Centre for International Agricultural Research, or ASIA, to the University of Sydney and the Cocoa Board of PNG to improve extension services to smallholder cocoa farmers in PNG. So here we have the hypothesis and the main research question. For hypothesis, we have mobile phone applications can encourage engagement of youths and farmers, thereby enhancing smallholder cocoa farming systems in PNG. And the research question posed is, what are the views and perspectives of farmers and youths on the usefulness of the PNG Cocoa app, and what factors can encourage youth engagement and promote successful adoption, utilization and scalability of the app to other farmers. For research aims, we have three main aims. Number one is review and evaluate literature on mobile phone applications in farming systems globally and regionally, with a focus on how it can be used to enhance cocoa farming systems in PNG. Secondly, it is to explore, evaluate and compare the perspectives of farmers and youths on current phone usage and the usefulness of the PNG Cocoa app, and how the app can enhance youth engagement and improve cocoa farming practices in the three case study communities of Madang province. And thirdly, evaluate factors that can contribute to effective adoption and scalability of the app to enhance cocoa farming and identify gaps in future research in PNG. Here we have the research plan. We will use the mixed research methods using the convergent parallel approach, which means that both qualitative and quantitative data will be collected simultaneously due to time and resource limitations. Principles of participatory methods such as the rural rapid appraisal, the participatory rural appraisal, the collaborative approaches will be integrated in the data collection process as per previous research done in PNG. It will be carried out in two phases. Phase 1 will be the literature review, and the second phase is the actual survey of farmers in the 3 cocoa hubs in Madang province. And the hubs are Magyar, Rempi, and Wafin communities. So the approach taken will be through focus group discussions and then through individual participant survey. And people with disabilities and other people with special needs will be identified and also encouraged to participate in the process. For data collection, a semi-structured questionnaire will be used to collect both qualitative and quantitative data. The questionnaire comes in the form of yes or no questions, multiple choices, Likert scale, and ranking form. The short answer questions will form the basis for the focus group discussions part of the data collection process. Parameters of interest will include demographics such as age groups, marital status, education levels, household information, farm data, market information, types of phones and uses, network reliability and quality, frequency of phone usage, perceptions of the new Coco app, and other information collected from the villages. So data validation and triangulation will be based on discussions with key social leaderships, people in the respective sites, for example, the ward, women, youths, churches, and other local leaders, including government officers, will be also consulted as a form of data validation and triangulation. For data analysis, first we have qualitative data analysis. Basic qualitative data coding will be used to conduct thematic analysis to determine content and imaging themes, narrative analysis to understand perceptions and views from key informants and how it differs from each other from different sites. The HARP studio will be used to perform the appropriate tests like the chi-square test, man-Whitney, or the cross-qualis test to determine the relationship between the themes for discussion. For quantitative data analysis, basic descriptive statistics will be used to quantify and classify the themes and narratives. RStudio will be used to generate statistical summaries such as mean, median, range, frequencies, variance, standard deviation on the occurrence of imaging themes and narratives from the qualitative coding above. Also, analysis of variance, ANOVA, Pearson and Spearman correlation and regression analysis will be performed by RStudios as well. A t-test will be performed on the occurrence of the perceptions to determine the validity of the hypothesis. For expected outcomes, the research aims to bring about the following outcomes. Outcome 1, the literature review of how mobile phone applications in global farming systems and applications in PNG cocoa industry context, when published, will benefit PNG policymakers, extension workers, researchers, and future agriculture students. Outcome 2 is the research report outcome. When published, it will enable shared learning across academic and research platforms and add value to current and future programs such as the Family Farm Teams program. Secondly, it can be reported as an output in the annual and final report of the Asia Project SLAM 2019-109, optimizing soil management and health in Papua New Guinea integrated cocoa farming systems. And finally, the research will identify research priorities for future research between the two countries. For the time frame, activities are staged into 3 stages. We have stage 1. For stage 1, we have literature review. It's in progress and it's anticipated to be completed by end of semester 1 2025. Research project proposal is completed. The survey questionnaire is completed and ready to be used in the survey. Stage 2, we have the farmer survey in PNG, and that is planned for a week or two to be undertaken in my semester break in June of 2025. And data analysis will be undertaken in the second semester of 2025. And stage 3 is the completion of final research report and presentation and hopefully publication of results. And both activities will be undertaken in semester 2 of 2025. So yep, that's the end of our presentation. We have the reference listing here. Yep, and that's the end of presentation. Thank you so much.